Hey there, crafty friends. Welcome and thank you for joining me. My name is Melissa Miller. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Southern California. And today I wanted to make a quick and easy card using the Pure Magic stamp set. Now, when I saw this stamp set, I just knew that I wanted it for the Pegasus because I wanted to make a card for my goddaughter who is in college, and we will be using Let Your Dreams Be Your Wings sentiment, but it would be super cute to make a card with the dragon or the mermaid, and I just thought this set was super cute. So let's go ahead and get started. I am going to bring in my Stamparatus just because I want to make sure that I get a good image. Now I am only going to ink this up once, and I'm only going to ink it once because these are very fine lines on this stamp, and I want to make sure that I keep the integrity of them. I will show you a sample that I inked up twice, and I just was not real happy with it. So we are only going to ink this up once. I'm using my Memento Tuxedo Black because we will be coloring with alcohol markers with our blends. And I think we're good here. Let's see what we get. And I started with a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 panel. And we will trim that down. Actually, that looks really good. I just needed a little bit more pressure on that S. Maybe just a little bit more right there, and that's perfect. And I am going to show you why we only want to stamp this once. Here is a sample that I stamped twice, and we kind of lose the integrity of those lines in his wings that we're going to be coloring. And this is the one we just did, and we've got a lot more space in there to color. So I only did it once. Don't push down too hard on that stamp. Otherwise, you know, your lines will kind of muddle there, and that's not what we want. So let's go ahead and get this wiped off and put away, and we can get started. I will have everything listed and linked in the description below. We've got our panel here. Let's bring in a piece of scratch paper also. We've got our panel, and I went ahead and I cut a piece of cardstock from our basic borders using the cloud border. You guys have seen me do this numerous times before. And we're going to ink blend our background. So here I'm starting with Balmy Blue, and we are just going to put some light clouds on there. So what I want to do strategically first, I am going to take this cloud here and kind of place it over his head because we are not masking this. I didn't feel it was necessary to mask anything. So we're just going to go ahead and strategically place our clouds and just kind of avoid the Pegasus. And then we can flip that over, do another layer, and get our clouds on there. And we don't need a lot of ink. When we add the purple and the pink into our clouds here, after the blue, I didn't even add ink to those blending brushes. So let's go ahead and we'll get another one up here. Now the blue is a little bit light, so that's why I'm adding color to this. Oh, I think we need a little bit darker there. So then if you decide you want it a little bit darker, you can just line that stencil back up and add more ink, which is what we're going to do with our colors when we add colors to the clouds. I think that's probably pretty good. And then let's do some down here on the bottom. We're going to again kind of strategically place this around his body so we can get some color in there without coloring him. Just like that. And then another set down here. You know, we may want two. That's quite a big, that's a pretty big open space there. And they don't have to be all the same shade. We'll add some more down here. And when you get to the bottom, you kind of have to hold your stencil on there so it doesn't move. And I tap off so I don't get a really dark color on my panel. There we go. I think we could probably even add another layer up here. But you know what? Let's go ahead and switch to our purple. And I didn't add any ink to my blush, my blending brushes here. I am just using the ink that is already on there. And then we're going to line this back up. Add a little bit of purple up at the top here. And then we can add a little bit more over here. Just do it randomly. No rhyme or reason. I just want a little bit more color. And then I've got my green. Let's add a little green here. And then we'll put a little bit of green down here on this left side. I just wanted to add a little bit more interest. Then we'll go ahead and we will bring in our pink. Let's see. There it is. Just flip your stencil over and you'll be able to figure out where you got that formation from. And when we add that pink, it does kind of change it to purple a little also. There we go. We'll put a little pink down here. Just really light. I don't want it too dark. And I think that's pretty good. And then we can bring our blue back in and we can kind of fill in that white space just a little bit so it's not so harsh. Just like that. I think I needed a little bit more. There we go. There. Okay, now we are ready to color. Yay! Put our brushes away. And please comment. Please like and share. I do read all comments. I will not respond to all of them. If you just leave me a nice little message that says you liked this video or what you liked about it, I will just give you a little heart. But if you ask me a question, I will most definitely answer it. I do read all comments. So we've got all our colors of the rainbow here. All colors are available in the online store except for Lovely Lipstick. I chose this color because I just happened to like that pink when I was selecting my colors, but I will have everything listed. We've got dark Highland Heather, light Orchid Oasis, dark Granny Apple Green, dark Daffodil Delight, light Pumpkin Pie, light Lovely Lipstick, light Gray Granite, and light Smoky Slate. So let's go ahead and color. Okay, so there we've got his body all colored, his wings and his tail and his mane. So now let's do his body. So I've got my light gray granite and my light smoky slate. I am going to use the light smoky slate for his hooves, and I'm just going to kind of fill those in. And that rainbow coloring, I know I've sped it up, but that rainbow coloring only took just a few minutes. And when you color, you can kind of stay back from the lines a little bit and just kind of dot the area that you want colored, and that will be fine. So now we've got our light gray granite, and we're going to fill in his wings, and I'm just going to kind of accent the curves, the circle, half circles, the ovals, the shapes that are there already, and just kind of give a little bit of accent because this will dry lighter. And I want the illusion that his body is white. So we're just going to kind of fill those in. And then I am going to accent on his body. I'm going to kind of come under his chin here, around his face a little bit. And then we're going to come down the front of his chest into his legs, a little bit on his tummy. We're just going to kind of accent. And then what I will do is I will take my color lifter, and I'm only going to use this on the body part that I just accented. And I am just going to kind of swirl in there, and that will totally blend that gray out, and it will look like shadows. So we can still tell that his body is white. And I just love how you can do that with the grays. We're just going to kind of swirl that, and it's going to smooth those lines out. Just like that. And that's perfect. I love that. Isn't that cute? I just love this. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I am going to bring in my rectangle stitched framelits. I am going to bring in the largest, and I am just going to go die cut this out. So we've got that all die cut out. I'm going to bring in my layering piece, and you know what? I'm not certain on the size of this. It is just a little bit larger than that frame. And if you get little hairs from your die cut on your paper, just take your adhesive eraser and just wipe off the edges there. And we are going to attach this with some of our Stampin Seal. And we don't need a whole lot here. I'm just going to put a couple lines on there around the edges just to get that adhered to our layering piece. We can center that. And I've got a piece of foam here I am going to use. Just craft foam from your local craft store or from Amazon. Actually, I got mine from Amazon. It comes in like 8 by 12, I think, sheets. And you can cut that up perfectly. And it comes in a pack of 30. I've got my top folding card here. And we are just going to attach this right to our card base. There we go. And then for my embellishments, I brought in my 21 through 23 in color Opal rounds. These will be retiring soon, so if you like these, make sure you pick some of these up. Don't forget to leave me a comment. Please give me a thumbs up. Please share. That one came off, so I guess we will go ahead and use that. We'll put that purple one. That's too big. I don't think I want a big one like that. I think I just want to use the smaller ones. And I am going to use different colors because we've got all different colors on here. We'll just do a trio there. I think that's good. And then we'll put, oops, we'll put another trio down here by his hooves and the sentiment. Purple or pink? Let's do pink. And there you go. That's simple. This was such an easy card. You know, I was working on a project and I was getting so frustrated. I just had to do something simple. You know, sometimes when you're struggling, you just need to put it away, try something else, and just keep it simple. So this is the one we did today. I also did one with gold heat embossing, but the heat embossing is so thick, I feel like it's really hard to see my colors in there. So that's why I kind of like the one with the Memento the best. Just regular stamped ink versus the heat embossing. So that's it for today. I hope you liked this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.